friends, this is Vicki with Grandma Vicki Crafts. Today we're going to make a little bunny, and he's made out of foam dice that you can buy from the Dollar Tree. Also, he's covered with balloons that you can also buy from the Dollar Tree. Now these balloons that I'm using are pearl white in color. There's 10 to the pack, and it says they are 12 inches or 30.48 centimeters. So what we have to do is we have to take our balloon and we have to cut the top part off of the balloon. So I've already gone ahead and done that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stretch this balloon over top of our dice. And it'll look something like that. Now we're going to need probably 2 or 3 so that the color doesn't show through anymore. So we'll cut another one and we'll stretch it out as well. And we'll cover it again, making sure that the open part goes to the same spot. And it will be tight. So there's 2. So that's looking pretty good, but I think I'll do one more. So I ended up using 3 balloons, and I think it covered nicely. And you can work away with these to make it stretch out so that the side that you're going to use as your face is flat. And that's what the back or the bottom will look like. Next, I cut out a pattern for the bunny's ears out of felt. It's a cream colored felt that I used. And for the boy, I used the gray felt. And for this girl, I'm using pink felt. So then you're just going to take it and put the pink felt on top of your cream colored felt and kind of just pinch it together like so, and then you'll want to hot glue it, and then you'll want to stick it to the back side top for the bunny's ear. So I'll go and stick his ears on now. So now I have his ears, or her ears, glued on. Now we're going to work on her face. Now for the little boy, what I used for his whiskers, I used a floral stem. It was a white floral stem, and I painted it black just with a paintbrush. And then I used a dowel, and I just twisted the floral stem around the dowel to make little curls so that he had kind of a little bit of a curly whisker look. Now for the little girl, I'm trying something different, and I'm using embroidery floss. And I've taken my embroidery floss and I've taken it about 3 times, and then I cut it off. Then what I did was I tied a knot in the middle of this, and then I cut the ends apart, and then I used Mod Podge. I laid this on a piece of wax paper, and I used Mod Podge and let it dry, and then I have something that looks like this. So that's what I'm going to use for my little girl, for her whiskers. So I think that'll look pretty cute and a little more feminine maybe. So now for her nose, I had used the little heart the lighter colored heart out of this package for the little boy's nose. So I think I'll use a little bit brighter one for the little girl's nose. So I went ahead and I glued on his nose, her nose. Now I glued it so that the point of the heart went up on the upside. Then I glued these little whiskers underneath in the little dip of the heart. That's where I glued the little whiskers. So now she needs some eyes. So for the little boy, I used the rhinestone eyes, but I have a couple of little pearls here that I got. I don't know where, they were in my stash, as I say. So I'm going to use those and just see what they look like on her, just to be a little different. And I think that looks pretty cute. So there we have her so far. So now she needs a little ribbon or some embellishments up on top by her ears. So I'll go and figure that out and I'll be back. So I chose to use this ribbon that I had. It's kind of a brown with a pink polka dot on it. I made myself a little bow, and then from my ribbons that I have here, I have just chosen a few strands, and all I did was I just cut a length of a few, and I'm going to just put them all together, bunch them all up, take it and hot glue that to the top of my little bunny. Then I'm going to put this little bow on top of her there, and I'm going to glue that on. And then I think for a little decoration, I'll just top it off by putting a little pink flower on her there. So I'll go and glue that all together, and then I'll come back and we'll see what the finished bunny looks like. So there she is. She's all done. And I think she turned out pretty cute. I also added a little blush to her cheeks just to rosy her up a little bit. Now, if you think her whiskers are too long, you can always cut them off with some scissors. But there we have our little Mr. and Mrs. Easter bunnies made out of foam dice from the Dollar Tree. So if you like this little idea for an Easter idea, please like, share with your friends, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and always remember to be kind. Thanks for watching. Bye now.